not easy to compare these two cities. They have some things in common. First of all, we were looking at housing estates built in a similar time and similar political condition, although not the same. And both of them, we were looking through the theory of open forum.
We decided to honestly admit we are not, and to look together with our experts and our guests into different disciplines.
I think the whole conference is tackling topics that are super relevant right now, especially this neighborhood that is transforming a lot. Yeah, it was super nice and interesting, and I think also successful in terms of thinking out of the box, like thinking the city in terms of games, interacting, talking with each other, researchers, with designers, with people from the streets, with people from the neighborhood. So I think it was very successful.
Experimenting in open form conference with some of my tools, which I also considered based on open source programming and then printing to be tested here. And one thing which was for me very interesting chance was cooperating with person who was noting down all the contributions of conference, and then simultaneously or live I was typesetting it and directly printing. So the people who participating and speaking in conference can have some very quick overview what was said as some kind of note, and even graphically depicting who was speaking long or how was the contributions formed, what was their form. And generally I started with this 1 year ago, with this publishing house, first printing my personal books and using it for my art projects as some kind of very cheap and very non-complicated method, which I can travel with, because the printer itself, the thermal printer, is very small. And it was also economical hack, that normal printer was very expensive for me, and I was looking for a very affordable method. And step by step, I also start to publish books or artworks of my friends.
The Institute for Urban Politics, or the Ministry of Space, which is its informal name. And it's kind of, both names are kind of subversive in a way that it's actually an activist organization, a very highly politically charged. But we are disguising behind this, or we are subversing this institutional name as the Institute or the Ministry. And the goal of this organization is actually to contribute with its work to achieving a more just city. I would say that's a very general aim, but we are doing so through several topic or several thematic focuses, one of which is the housing, surely because of the very urgent situation that we are facing in Serbia. Second one is also urban commons, which means helping or contributing to establishing spaces that are self-managed, that are democratically run. And the third one is definitely trying to reactivate the empty spaces that are the products of this neoliberal urbanization, and that we think should be distributed to the organizations and individuals who need space for either housing or work.
Instalacja składała się z kilku poziomów. Pierwszym podstawowym poziomem były nagrania terenowe, które zostały oddane do dyspozycji publiczności, że każdy mógł decydować sam o tym, z czego składa się krajobraz dźwiękowy, czyli tak zwany soundscape, który był emitowany na głośnikach bądź w przestrzeń radiową. Zrobiliśmy sobie też takie małe pirackie radio, które można było odbierać na dwa sposoby, bądź z prywatnych urządzeń, bądź z mniejszych radioodbiorników. Wszystkie sygnały, które przygotowałem zarówno ja, jak i Alex, były zapięte do tego samego miksera, w związku z czym w trakcie konferencji, w momencie kiedy wszystkie te sygnały funkcjonowały, zarówno mikrofony rozmieszczone w przestrzeni, jak i przygotowane wcześniej nagrania, można je było wszystkie wysterować na nasze pirackie radio, jak również dodatkowo mogły one wchodzić w interakcje takie jak na przykład sprzęgrzenia mikrofonów istniejących w przestrzeni z głośnikami, które się po przestrzeni przemieszczały.
Better for us.
I was part of the game process, which was part of a seminar from ours. It was a whole project for 1 year where we were researching about the real estate market in Berlin. And as an outcome of this research, we decided not to write a paper, but rather design games that are kind of representing the research, but also are an experiment of interacting with people and interacting with the real actors from our research.
And the idea of this project was to investigate and explore the different market logics and the different sort of games that different market actors are playing, and that might perhaps explain the way in which things have turned out in Berlin in the last years with the big real estate crisis. So in a way, we were exploring a game, the game of a market, and we thought that it could be like a good way to respond to that by trying to develop a different type of game that somehow it is responding to a format that is already in that market, but somehow tweaking it a little bit.
We incorporate the close neighborhood, we work with students, we use similar methods of research, and we did it in a specific time frame, which is longer than 10 days. We did it whole year, and we also exchanged the methods and artists in residencies. So there was many points where we can kind of sew the line through the project. And conference at the end is trying to not just summarize this, but also to put projects together in a productive format. So although we have a didactic parts on the, let's say, outskirts of conference, this central table we are sitting now was a spatial device for producing maybe some new types of knowledge through the different spatial arrangements, sittings. Today we saw how playing the games could be not reflecting the classical conference setup in which there is a speaker and somebody who comes to hear speaker, but speaker became the workshop leader and somebody who warm up borscht and come back together with the student. He was there yesterday as a participant, today leader. So we made a kind of 3 days laboratory of production where also artistic works were constantly producing and reproducing. So I think we have a much more material to work with after conference. So conference was also some kind of productive part of our together.